team is heading into the playoffs. Right now, it is what it is. I mean, you're hoping you find something along the way. And if you find a little bit of usefulness out of Carson Edwards, great. If you find it out of Pritchard, which they already have, that stuff, this is like
I haven't even mentioned him.
Period.
How'd he look tonight?
Who?
His return. Pritchard.
Awesome.
The Boston Pea Party, baby.
well needed return for sure.
He was awesome.
Have him back. Yeah.
In limited minutes, but he looked great.
There's a single part of me that was thinking he may be a little rusty, right? He's just one of those players that once he's ready to go, he's ready to go. And that 3-pointer that got things going for him, the playmaking, it just, again, it's like waiting for your veteran point guard to come back from an injury instead of I'm telling you, the approach heading into the season, what Jeff Teague means to this team compared to Pritchard, if someone would have told me, it's crazy. Payton Pritchard, like one of the most important pieces of this team right now, for sure.
And it's not even, we had this question, would he come back and would it continue for him? And what he's doing isn't that unsustainable. It's being aggressive, getting to good positions on the floor and making quality passes, playing hard on defense and hitting down shots, which he did all of college. So it's like 5 things he's doing right now that aren't that hard to sustain. It's not like he's scoring 25 points every night and they're riding his scoring average. He's facilitating for the offense. And that's why when you heard Smart went down, sure, it was going to hurt them defensively, but on the offensive end, you knew a guy who was coming back who did many of the things that Smart provides offensively.
Yeah, it's like textbook stuff too, mechanics, stuff that you're only going to get better at, once you hone those skills. And like to your point, it's not, shooting ridiculous or going off for 35 points or something. It's easily sustainable, repetitious stuff that he's only going to get better at.
And like you think of what he's done in place of Kemba at the beginning of the year and Teague flopping the way he did, and now Smart going down for a month. This is shaping up to be one of the more important draft picks Ainge has ever made. Like it's
definitely.
I mean, really, where would this team be without him?
They're probably the same record-ish.
No, I don't think so.
No,
yeah.
John. I mean, that has more
maybe
to do with,
maybe a few more losses, but
a lot of that has to do with the guys Ainge has drafted over the last 10 years too. Don't forget. But
I'm
I mean,
thinking
Bobby's got a point.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's one of the better picks. It's one of his best picks. Like when you think about where he was picked at, and I will say he is certainly important because we already mentioned Teague struggles and things like that. So I mean, Pritchard can come in and be that like first or second guy off the bench and sort of like continue to run the show. I mean, that's huge for them if they can get all their guys back healthy and he's coming off the bench giving you 20+ minutes
I have
a
no
game.
idea how old this.
Sweet.
Could be days old.
Joe Sway.
You get the dust water.
I don't think water goes bad. So
it's not great.
You know
Joe
what?
Sway and I were thinking like Sadiq Bey or some other shooting wing at that spot. And what would have happened was you would have had Neesmith and another guy stuck behind, 4 or 5 other wings on the team. Teague would have been flopping. Kemba was obviously out for however many games. And now Smart would have gone down and they would have had no backup option for Smart. That's what I mean. I don't think Pritchard was like the best pick of all time. But situationally for what this team needed, and we talk about drafting for need not always being a thing, but this year they needed a draft for need in that spot, and they hammered it out of the park.
I'll say top 5 out of the last 7.
That's
picks,
what I was thinking.
7 years. Something like that, right? Tatum, Brown, Smart, maybe Pritchard's right around there.
Those picks, like
Rondo
those were,
was way back.
Yeah, Rondo was 06.
You didn't have a choice but to pick those guys, really. I'm talking just based on like where he was in the draft. That's a great pick for sure.
This is a good question. What's Pritchard's high-end comp?
Let's say
well, he's kind of scrappy.
It's got to be somebody sparky. Think of the sparkiest guy you can think of, Jimmy.
Scrappy guy.
Sparky, plucky, wily.
I mean, like a Jason Williams in his prime.
No way.
Oh, that's high.
Jason Williams was on another planet.
He did say high-end comp, though.
Watch Jason Williams highlight reel.
Jason Williams.
Jason Williams highlight reel is unbelievable.
I can watch that all day. He's the most fun. I can watch Jason Williams highlight reels all day.
We should do a show on Jason Williams someday, John. A high-end comp for Pritchard. I don't know. That's putting me on the spot here. I don't know, like a decent point guard.
Some people are throwing DJ Augustine. I mean, Van Fleet is the one everybody says. I think
don't know,
that's
Bibby.
Van Fleet?
Bibby,
He's not
maybe?
going to be that good,
That's
is
not
he?
okay. The question was high end comp.
Oh, high
Okay,
end.
fine. Sure. Okay.
Mike
Van
Bibby,
Fleet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was
Bibby?
thinking Bibby, but high end.
Bibby's a beast, too, though.
Van
Bibby had a
Fleet's
great
is Van
career.
Fleet out
I
of the
hated
question?
Bibby, though.
Van Fleet
listen,
right now
I
is
hated Mike Bibby.
I mean, an all-star.
It all comes down to how long he stays here and what the role would be, because there's still that question of does he ultimately become like an asset to use in an eventual trade, or like is he like the next point guard of the team for years to come?
I thought DJ Augustin was a decent comp there.
Yeah.
But is DJ
Patty Mills?
Augustine really
He's
a high
competent. I
upside
mean,
guy?
That might not be
DJ
high end.
Augustine,
Ben Gordon was an average. Ben Gordon's much more athletic.
Ben Gordon was an athletic freak, and he could score.
Phillips, that would be a really high end too.
Billups, Hall of Famer?
He's a little
No.
quicker than Bill.
No, he's a
Dude,
fringe.
Chauncey Billups was nasty his rookie year. When
I love
Rick Pitino
Chauncey.
traded him, I cried like a baby. I was young, so don't hate on me for that, but I did cry. He was like my favorite player at the time.
You wish you could have had that week where he would have been running the offense at a much higher rate, more minutes, all that stuff during the layoff. When he was like one of 8 guys on the roster, that would have been a lot of fun.
Jason Terry. No,
Terry could score, man.
Teague now.
Terry
No,
could
he's
score.
more of a point guard. A lot of people are picking score first guys. Teague's a real point guard. You know?
Well, that's what he's doing right now.
Who's not afraid to, who will shoot too, but I mean,
Yeah,
Teague,
I was gonna say.
yeah.
If you go back and watch him in
We'll go
college,
Tony Parker's high end comp. There you go.
he's.
Parker
I
is
think
a
he's
beast.
capable of being a. He's capable of being a.
I love Tony Parker.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking
You
about,
would.
you know.
That's definitely
He's
a
great.
John guy. Tony Parker.
I love Parker too.
Parker's
That's,
so good.
yeah. Oh, that
You like
20.
Ginobili. You love Ginobili.
That 2013 finals where they just lost because all the
John loved
crazy
Tim
stuff that
Duncan.
happened in Game 6. I mean, he was unbelievable that year, and then it started fading him for a little bit after that. 2014 too, though, that team was ridiculous, and by that point, he was the front man on that team.
Maybe like a John
Or
Stockton.
Kawhi.
Yeah, I like this one right here.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I
Yes.
bet that guy
Yeah.
watched them.
Dude,
Right around
I'll
there.
never forget those games, bro. Oscar Robinson, man. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy times.
John
That's
went
a
to
good
few
question
Oscar
for
Robertson
Bob.
Games, I think.
That's a good
Prime
question. for
Deron
Bob.
Williams. I like it. Shout out to this dude.
Deron Williams is a decent.
When he was a top 5 point guard.
Deron Williams was terrific.
Yes.
And
was
then
one of
fell
the
off
best
He could
cliff.
fill it up.
Yeah.
He could fill it up. But he hated Jerry Sloan, right? Isn't that how it ended there?
Yeah,
Or something? Yeah, he
I
like
like it. He fell off a cliff, man. Williams was really good. I liked him a lot.
He was one of the big 5 Nets that
Big
were
five.
not very big.
Yeah.